bedroom performance, and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
It's the boys of summer. You're listening to Rutherford County's home of the Atlanta Braves. I'm Ben Ingram, and this is News Radio WGNS Murfreesboro, Smyrna.
Big savings are...
For 75 years, Murfreesboro Medical Clinic has been a cornerstone of health and compassion in our community. From our humble beginnings to the advanced, comprehensive care we offer today, our commitment to you has never wavered. With 8 locations across Murfreesboro and Middle Tennessee and over 100 physicians, we continue to provide the highest standard of care. Then, now, and always, your health is our mission.
Network, FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, audio and video streaming at wgnsradio.com. This is the Roundtable. A look at the news, views, politics, and people that are shaping Rutherford County.
Welcome into WGNS and the Roundtable. I'm Andy Herzer, founder and executive director of First Shot. We're going to welcome back in the Whole Brain Trust of Beans Creek, managing partner Jimmy Davis, general manager Tim Miles, and the winemaker himself, which if you've not been out to Beans Creek, they got some really, really good wines, and shockingly, that's made right here less than 30 miles away from Murfreesboro. So Josh Brown, you got a little bit of a story, and I know it because these two are really good friends of mine. Talk about your dad's dream and vision to be a winemaker in Tennessee.
Well, it started back in about 1976. He had just gotten out of the Air Force and was going to go catching up with his childhood best friend / cousin, and they were going to go fishing. So Dan, his best friend, his dad, Mr. Joe, had a boat, and they told him, he said, boys, if you let me take the boat, let me go with you, we'll take the boat, you don't have to fish from the bank. So my dad grew up on a farm, dairy farm back then, and my grandmother had all sorts of fruits and stuff out in the yard to make jams and jellies and whatnot with. So they came to pick my dad up, and there's still grapes hanging on the vines. And Mr. Joe asked my grandmother, said, what are you going to do with those? And she said, I'm done, the birds can eat them. So they never went fishing that day. They picked grapes, and he made his first batch of wine in a pickling pot in the kitchen in 1976. And I think that has to do a little bit with why my dad never liked fishing anyway. He'd rather make wine. So, and then it just kind of grew from there. As a teenager growing up, he kind of forced me to help him in the basement when I had other things to be looking at, school and whatnot, and working myself. And around 2000, he decided that, he kept talking, his dream was to open a winery. And finally, my mom just told him, we either need to do it or you need to just leave it alone. So he jumped off the deep end and got a few partners together. And we officially opened the doors October the 14th of 2004.
So when you look back 2004, you're a young guy. Did you think you were going to go into the winemaking business?
No, not to say the least. I actually worked for the fire department in Manchester and did a little farming myself on the side, and never in a million years would I thought that's what I'd be doing. I just helped him a day or two a week, kind of help him get a little bit of, I was really the cellar rat, as he called me back then. No, I didn't ever dream that's what I'd be doing.
So when you, again, put your all's heads together and you're coming up with wines to make, you guys have a lot of different wines. You want to talk about how you guys have developed those recipes?
Well, and a lot of the grapes that we use are grapes that are grown well in Tennessee. So they're hybrids. They've been developed to grow in this area. Again, my family has been in the agriculture industry in Coffee County since the 1860s. Just over into Warren County since before that. So we were big on, when we first opened, and still are, of using as much Tennessee grown fruit as possible. We've been in this now going on 21 years. A lot of our vineyards that we've bought from through the past have retired. Several of them had about 3 or 4 years of bad luck with some late freezes and frost that kind of wiped them out. So it's been a little bit of a issue, or not a challenge, I guess, to find some more locally sourced fruit. A lot of the vineyards in Tennessee are older. The owners of the vineyards are older. So we do have to outsource some juice from out of state occasionally.
So when you're, again, coming up, like, what is your favorite white, Jimmy, that you or go-to?
Well, that's the Chardonnay. I love the Chardonnay that we make there. It's a hybrid Chardonnay grape. I think Seyval Blanc.
Seyval Blanc and Chardonnay.
And it's just a fantastic, really good wine to drink, especially during the summer, when it's hot. So that's my favorite.
So when again, there's a lot of different blends. Mine, which Tim forgot. I'm not going to let him
that's all right.
Live that down, Tim Miles. Forgot it. We're part of the wine club out there, and we'll get into how you can become a member and all that in a minute. But to me, it's unique because we go to a lot of wineries. My wife and I like wine. You have a plethora of different styles. Again, not everybody does that. A lot of sweets are typical. You're not just sweet.
We do about 30 different labels, everything from fruit wines all the way to traditional reds and everything in between. So,
and the fruit wines, the reason that I really enjoy getting involved after Josh and I first met was people do associate Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia with sweet wines, right? And the sweet wines are typically really sweet. And Josh does a fantastic job of making a sweet wine, but it not being syrup. If I want syrup, I'll go to IHOP. Right. And he does a fantastic job of making the wine, sweet enough that it is a sweet wine because, of the way it's produced. But not only that, it's just not too sweet. So.
Well, my first experience coming down to North Carolina, I stop at a McDonald's and order unsweet. I didn't say unsweet then. I just said iced tea. And it was so sweet, I couldn't drink it, right? And so, Josh, tell us the mindset of how you make it sweet but not too sweet. What do you do differently that the other people aren't doing?
Well, and kind of like you just said about sweet tea. I'm a tea drinker.
Me too.
I drink my tea half and half sweet, half unsweet, when I order it at a restaurant, and then have to cut it half with water. So that's how much that I don't like sweet drinks. However, I know that people do like sweet wines and want to buy them, so we have to make them where they will buy them. Because it's like I told my dad one time, we were getting something ready. He said, "That's enough sugar." And I said, "Unless you're going to buy the whole batch, we need to add a little bit more to it." So I go more on balance and mouthfeel than just what my sugar readings are. I want it to taste smooth when it touches your tongue, as it rolls across your tongue, and as it goes down the throat. I want it to kind of have that same feel all the way across. And that's going to vary from year to year depending on the grapes. You can have the same grape from the same farm from 2 or 3, 4 different years, and they're going to taste different just because of the weather pattern. Even farm to farm, the same grape the same year. One might get a little more rain, one might have a different soil type. So it's when you put it all together, and my title is winemaker or vintner, but a lot of times I kind of consider myself the mad scientist, because there are times when I'm in there, getting a batch ready, and there's beakers and graduated cylinders scattered all over the table in the bottling room, in the lab, and trying to figure out what's what.
So when you just said something to me, which I was going to ask. you have different from one farm to the next farm. You have different soils. You have different weathering patterns from one farm to the next. How do you get you have a favorite red that, again, that I have, but you make it consistent. It's the same taste. It doesn't change, but yet you just told me they're producing different flavors off of those grapes.
Well, I mean, your drier stuff, the reds, the things like that, typically those may have a slight different taste throughout the years. But they go in the oak barrels, and I try to use the same type of oak or same area of oak every time, which the ones we've got right now are out of Kentucky. But I mean, yes, there are some reds that are going to taste different from year to year. And that just happened, a month or two ago when we released the Chamberson. We went from harvest year 20 to harvest year 22, and
it's totally different.
Yeah, a totally different red.
One's lighter bodied and one's dark.
But same grape, and those were different farms. But with the sweeter wines, man, most people that drink sweeter wines want them to taste the same every time they drink them. So that is done by playing with the sugar levels. 1 year it may X amount of, X wine is 500 gallons. It may take, 100 pounds of sugar, and the next year X wine 500 gallons might take 150 pounds of sugar to get that same taste. And we do taste them from old batch to the new batch when we make them. And I am not the only one that tastes them, especially the sweet wines. I'm not a sweet wine drinker at all, but I do force Tim and the other ones that are there to drink it also, to taste it, to kind of see what they think.
Right, because the consistency of those is very important, because people want peach to taste like the peach like it's always tasted. And want the blackberry to taste the same.
And that's the other thing too, is you actually do get the flavor. It's not so sweet just because it's sweet. You actually get the flavor. And I tell everybody, is when you have a winery, there's two things that you really have to have. Okay, and Jimmy's not one of them. Tim's not one of them. You got to have grapes, and you got to have a winemaker, and they got to take whatever God gives them and make something you want to drink. And he does a fantastic job of that.
It's crazy science. It's incredible.
It's a recipe, but also it's crazy science.
Yep. So when you look at it coming down the pike, Josh, are you with the mad scientist hat on? Is there anything out? Yeah, I love it. Right? What are you going to do? Something other unique and new?
We got a couple things in the
we got something really cool out there.
For the longest time we didn't really have anything new come out. I had brainstormed over the years, and my dad's been gone now for 9 years, and for the first 7 years he was gone, it was kind of just me and my mom running things. I didn't have a lot of time to really concentrate on doing something new or the energy to do it. Right. And then when Jimmy and Tim and a couple of other ones come in about 2 years ago as partners, to where I could just be the winemaker, which I still have to remind them of every now and then. That's what my job is. And I don't let them forget that either. We've come up with some new stuff and some new products. Two new brands to the Beans Creek Winery family, which our main brand is Beans Creek.
So when were those? Do we have a release date or?
No.
Everything's in the issue.
Oh,
yeah, everything's
top
in the
secret.
issue.
I can see it on your face.
We play with Mother Nature, and I've done it in the past, and it has burnt me pretty hard. Where I give a date of, hey, this wine is going to be released here, and life happens. Something doesn't happen. Bottles may not come in. I can't use employees may be sick, can't help but we can't get bottled and all that. So now I give ish dates, which is, by the way, my favorite unit of measurement, ish. Jimmy learned that pretty quick. He told somebody we're going to be selling something at such and such date, and I heard him and I looked at him and I said, no, we don't give dates around here. We give time frames.
I'm thinking it's going to be 6 to 8 months though on this new release.
Yeah.
But you mentioned something. We do have two other brands. Beans Creek has a following. We've had a great customer base for a long time, but we introduced the Hemispheres brand about a year and a half ago now, and because we do have a lot of people from other areas moving into Middle Tennessee. It's obvious, right? And there was a lot of instances where somebody would come in and they go, I want a cab or I want a Pinot, which is what people typically associate with wine unless you're from this area, right? And so we decided that we would go ahead and introduce, and we do have a Cabernet Sauvignon, a Pinot Noir, and a Chenin Blanc that the juice is from California, and they're very good. The cab's actually gotten fantastic, quite honestly. And anyway, long story short, we got Creeksides, the new lemonades. We came out with those Creekside wine tails, and so we got some other things on the horizon.
Well, it's always interesting to me is, without bashing Cracker Barrel, they're just trying to stay relevant, right? They're struggling as a business.
Yes.
And how do you change without losing your base, but without creating another base?
I have a lot of theories on this. The reason we came up with the Hemispheres line was actually it was Jimmy's idea to begin with, but we wanted to keep the Beans Creek varietals core to what they always were. I didn't want to change. I didn't want to throw a Cabernet in the Beans Creek.
You didn't want to change good wine.
I didn't want to put Cabernet or traditional French varietals into the Beans Creek family, because the Beans Creek family has always been traditional to Tennessee, and I wanted to keep it like that. So my theory was to bring in Cabernet and Merlot and Pinot Noir and everything else under the Hemispheres label, so we can import juice from all over the world. That would be just like a little offshoot. So, and we try to pay homage to Josh's dad all the time. We have a big memorial on the wall when you go in. You try to keep the core customers satisfied and happy to what it originally was, while we still try to ease people into the modern world.
And we had a lot of wine club members when we became involved that were like, hey, you're not going to change this, are you? And we're like, well, we got to do a few things, because quite honestly, the winery was struggling, right? And apparently what we're doing is working, because last year we were up 60%, when internationally the wine market was down about 20% or more. And this year we're up about 15% over last year. And it's because of a lot of things, knock on wood. We're doing, we've invested a lot of money, a lot of capital into the winery. It looks totally different, feels totally different than if you came in 18 months ago. And, we've got an indoor stage, an outdoor stage, an indoor wine tasting, an outdoor bar. We got a VIP area, we got pavilions, we have a dog park, we got
lounge area,
got a lounge area, got started serving food. So all of that enhances the experience for our customers when they come in.
Well, I'm going to ask each one of you give an answer to this. Are you in the winemaking business, or are you in the entertainment business? Or is it both? Josh, what do you think?
This has been brought up before in our little weekly chats we have. We're in the wine business / tourism / hospitality. I don't know that I would put entertainment in there. That's just kind of a added bonus to those three different areas that we're in.
Tim?
I feel that we try to give a good customer experience with wine being our basis. We do music every Saturday now, which people love and they enjoy, and you have to entertain people in this day and age to begin with. So I think we are kind of in the entertainment business as well as the hospitality business for certain. But wine is our core product, of course, but we do have other products that people enjoy.
Before you answer it, Jimmy, we were down at Uncle Nearest for our bourbon barrel pull for our event coming up in September.
Sure.
Their whole thing, the whole time we're there, is they're in the entertainment business. Bourbon just as part of it. So that's not, I'm hearing it's the opposite for y'all. You're in the wine business and you just so happen to entertain.
Well, first of all, I'd agree with both of what they said. But when a person, comes to the winery, A couple years ago, they would come in, they would do a wine tasting, and they would leave, right? And that may not be, the experience that they wanted. And I think we're seeing that that's not the experience they wanted. They wanted to be able to come in and have a few more choices. We have a lot of ladies come in, or men even come in, and they want to drink wine. But whoever they're with doesn't want to drink wine. They may want a beer, right? Or they may want a Diet Coke. And so we give them those options. And then also, we know that when people come in that they usually like to pair wines with food. So food, I think, is critical to our future. And, so we opened up the kitchen, and social media is huge. Tim's done an outstanding job, him and Jeff, of focusing on our core base and then letting people know what's coming up. We got a big event coming up this Saturday. Utopia's coming. We might have 400 people at the winery, maybe more. And those people, again, want choices. They want food. They want good music. And so, but we are in the wine business. We're starting to have our wine in a lot of different stores in and around Middle Tennessee. And hopefully we'll talk a little bit more about that in a little while.
Well, we're going to go to break, and we'll come back, and we're going to talk about both those things that you just mentioned.
For 75 years, Murfreesboro Medical Clinic has been a cornerstone of health and compassion in our community. From our humble beginnings to the advanced, comprehensive care we offer today, our commitment to you has never wavered. With 8 locations across Murfreesboro and Middle Tennessee and over 100 physicians, we continue to provide the highest standard of care. Then, now, and always, your health is our mission.
Life's too short to stress about insurance. That's why Recall at Rayburn Insurance is here to make sure you have the right coverage without all the hassle. He'll work hard to provide you with personalized service and finding the best solutions for you and your family. Whether you're looking for auto, home, or business insurance, Recall's got you covered. Recall at Rayburn Insurance Agency. Let him handle the details so you can focus on what really matters.
For 75 years, Murfreesboro Medical Clinic has been a cornerstone of health and compassion in our community. From our humble beginnings to the advanced, comprehensive care we offer today, our commitment to you has never wavered. With 8 locations across Murfreesboro and Middle Tennessee and over 100 physicians, we continue to provide the highest standard of care. Then, now, and always, your health is our mission.
I am Charlotte Gardner.
Why do you love Adams Place?
Gee, there are so many things, but I guess the choices. You can be as lazy as you want to be. You can be as active as you want to be. The residents are friendly. The staff is wonderful. You don't need to be concerned at all. It's up to you.
Hi, this is Terry Deal at Adams Place. Call me for more information about Adams Place. Phone 615-904-9111.
Adams Place on Memorial across from Walmart.
Good Neighbor Events is brought to you by the law offices of John Day, AmeriCare Pest Control, and Old National Bank.
This is a paid legal ad.
At the law offices of John Day, we take only real cases that make a real difference.
My name is Laura Lynn, and my family needed legal help. The law offices of John Day took the burden really off of my shoulders. Never once did I feel secondary to anything else that was going on.
We want to make a difference in the community we hold so dear. And if you're ever injured, know that we are here for you too. Seriously injured? Call me, John Day.
Now, WGNS Good Neighbor Events. The Rutherford County Library System is offering free computer classes. Check with the Technology Engagement Center over on Minerva Drive here in Murfreesboro and learn about the free computer classes that would help you. Plus, if you're being challenged by your smartphone, drop into any Rutherford County Library System branch and there'll be somebody there to help you. Don't forget the Farmers Market on the Murfreesboro Square every Saturday morning from 8 until noon all around the courthouse. That's a service of Main Street, Murfreesboro. And at the same time that one's going on, in Smyrna at the Depot District, they're having their own farmers market, also 8 until noon. Both of those are on Saturday. Give the gift of life. Give blood at the Red Cross. Don't throw away Old Glory. Bring your tattered American flag to WGNS. And let the girls from BSA Troop 2019 at Trinity United Methodist Church retire it with dignity. Plus, we also recycle Bibles. Those are WGNS Good Neighbor events.
Rutherford weather.
See partial sunshine developing here this afternoon with a high in the low 80s. For tonight, mostly cloudy, low 57. Tuesday, sunshine, high around 80. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki from the WGNS Rutherford Weather Center. Currently, it's 62.
Broadcasting from the Middle Tennessee Electric Studios, MTE Sharing Change has now donated more than $11 million to local nonprofits assisting worthy causes in our community. MTE, serving to make life better since 1936.
This is the Roundtable from News Radio WGNS on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
Welcome back in. I'm Andy Herzer, founder and executive director, First Shot. Tim, this is going to be our little segment. I told you before. I don't know how many years ago, but Tim Miles came up with an idea of doing a bourbon, wine, and cigar event. And it's become our second largest fundraiser of the year for First Shot. So I get to say thank you for that. And I don't know how you came up with it, but I told you I thought cigars and all of it was just a short-term thing, but 20 years later, here we are doing it, and we'll have close to 400 people at our event, and I wanted to say thank you.
Well, you're welcome. I get a good idea every once in a while, you know.
Usually when he's sleeping.
Usually when I'm sleeping.
But that's okay. I like if you go back to sleep, think of another one for me.
I get a good one every once in a while.
He sleeps we let him sleep twice a week.
And so September 24th at the Oakland's Mansion from 6 to 9, it's our annual event, which is we're going to have spirits, wine, cigars, and great food from the alley. It's $100 a ticket. It's well worth the value of what you get. We have a silent auction. And again, this helps fund all our academic events of the year. So if you could, you can give me a call at 615-631-5312, or you can go on to wgns.com. There's a link there. I thank Brian for putting it out for me. But let's go back to the winemaking business and the awards, Josh, that you guys have won over the years, and especially maybe over the last 2 years.
We've won several over the 21 almost-ish years that we've been open. Won 3 just back in June. Sent 3 wines up to a competition in the Finger Lakes region of New York. It benefits a camp for underprivileged and handicapped children up there called Camp Good Days. But we sent 3 wines in, took 3 medals home. All 3 silver with our Chardonnay, with our Strolling Jim.
Yep, Jimmy Davis' favorite.
Mm-hmm. And then our Noire.
One of
all
my
3
favorites.
of those took silver medals. So in the past, we have won. Probably the biggest one that we've ever won was at the Indy International years ago. Our port, our apropos, took a double gold medal, meaning all of the judges, I think there was 40 of them, deemed it a gold medal winner. That was that one. I tried to, I couldn't do it real well, but pat myself on the back for that one. I think me and my dad both had to pat each other on the back. But yeah, the port, the apropos, took several gold medals home, and then that won the double gold. So
talk to us about a port. It's one of those wines for me that I struggle to drink. It's not my taste, right?
It's okay. That's why we make 35.
But it's also, there's 5 or 6 of my friends here. Hey, Andy, if you're going to Beans Creek, pick up a bottle of port. It's the best. So talk about what a port is and how.
Well, traditionally, port, well, let me back up a little bit. for it to be called a port on the label, it has to be from Portugal. It has to be a certain variety of wine, all different things. We have to call it dessert wine because our wine doesn't come from Portugal. But it's port style, if you will. So port was developed many moons ago. As they were shipping wine from Portugal to England on the boat, the wine would go bad in the cask. So someone figured out that if they added a little brandy to it, strengthen that out, pump that alcohol up a little bit, the wine's going to last and make the journey from Portugal to England and still be good. And it kind of ran from there. So we traditionally port is made during harvest season, which we're into right now, whereas they're fermenting the red wines at a certain sugar level, alcohol level within that wine as it's fermenting. They add brandy to it. Brandy, one, is going to kill the fermentation, leave the natural sugars in it, and bump that alcohol up. We're typically 18 to 19, 20% alcohol, and we are limited by government regulations as to what we can go. We can't go anything over 21, but we do ours a little different. That's why it's called port style. I actually take a finished red wine, add the brandy to it to get the alcohol up, add a little sugar back to it. I can control the alcohol a little bit better that way and balance it out, and then it's just
delicious.
It's one of a lot of people's favorite wine from your 31 different flavors that you have. Jimmy, before we went to break, you were talking about a big event that's coming up.
Yeah,
this Saturday.
Yeah, we got Utopia coming back for the Labor Day weekend this Saturday. We had them earlier this year. Had them last year as well. They've been doing it, I think, 21 straight years.
No, they haven't been quite doing it the whole time. They've been there probably 15 or 16 years.
So it's been a long time, and they're pretty much a staple. But they have a very good following, and again, we're expecting probably 400, 350, 400 people, and we're going to have food, and Tim's done a good job of doing being on social media and letting people know. But we're excited. We look forward to it.
So what's the cost and what's the time?
7 p.m. to 10 p.m. this Saturday, and it is a free show, which makes it even better.
Every Saturday we have.
Every Saturday we do music, of course, but this one is a special one because Utopia has a really great following there, but they'll bring out a lot of people. They're a great show, fun, interactive show. Songs you all know and love. They do a lot to Four Tops and stuff like that, so pretty cool.
And Utopia's been around, been playing for many years. Yeah. I remember years ago seeing them play. They've been playing for probably around 40 years, if not longer.
Wow. So again, this Saturday, 7 to 10, Beans Creek Winery.
And if you don't, I guess we need to make sure people know it's right off the interstate, I-24, as you head toward Chattanooga, exit 111, and it's right there. And so, it's between 30 and 40 minutes away from just about anywhere in Murfreesboro. Yep. And so don't fight the Nashville traffic. If you want to go have a good time and for a lot less money, there's parking's free as well, come see us.
Well, not only that, for me, Jimmy, I know you and I've talked about this, it's supporting local.
Right.
Local Middle Tennessee people instead of all that big corporate money downtown Nashville has to offer. We're really helping our own.
Yeah.
And so again, it's a great venue. I've been there. I get to they won't say it. They're a little shy. Maybe Josh isn't, but it's a great venue. They're great people. And again, I termed it. Here's what I've learned. The times I've come. This is how I felt. I came in as a stranger. I didn't know Josh. I knew Tim. I got to know Jimmy a little bit better through this too. But you become a friend down there. It's kind of a family atmosphere. And man, it's one of the most welcoming places I've ever been. And great people. And so get out this Saturday. If you haven't got any plans, go Saturday, 7 to 10, Beans Creek Winery. We're going to switch up a little bit.
We want to see you out. Come on out. want to talk to you.
I guess I'll just I'll have to get out there to get my wine.
You will. Now you have to come by there and get your wine. That's right.
Yeah, speaking of that, so you know, we mentioned Wine Club earlier. The Wine Club is free. You either get 2, 4, 6, or 12 bottles 4 times a year. And typically people do come and pick them up, and when they do, we have a pickup party, which is kind of unique. Somebody or all of us will make something, serve food for the people that come in and pick up their wine, and it's just a little gesture to show our wine club members how much they mean to us, and we've done a really good job. You know, we've about just in the last year or so, we've almost doubled the number of people in our wine club, and I'm proud of that, and I'm proud of the wine that we make. And so, yeah, if you're interested, when you come and you try the wine, if you like the wine, there's no reason you're not a wine club member.
I do want to touch on something Jimmy just said. He is fairly new to the alcohol industry.
Other than drinking.
The wine club, there is no fee to sign up. You still pay for your wine. Free and alcohol, those words don't go together.
Okay.
So there's no fee to sign up, but the wine that you do get in your club order, you do pay for it. And there's other added benefits to that.
Correct, right.
Yeah, it's and again, my wife and I are members of it, and again, we enjoy the place. But you also mentioned something, the local stores that you can go and purchase the wine now. So do we have?
Yeah, years ago, apparently, and I don't know the exact dates. Josh may know that Beans Creek was offered in a variety of stores in Middle Tennessee. You know, as far as Clarksville.
I saw them in my store. So.
Yeah, at Tim's store. And so when I decided to become a part of this venture, I walked into Highway 96 Liquors and told them, hey, you know, I'm going to be part of a winery. And the guy there, Max, said, you know, which one? I said, Beans Creek. He goes, really? He goes, we used to sell a lot of that. He said, great. So over the years, they had sold through distribution, okay? And so Tennessee is a three-tier state. And like Josh says, there's certain things maybe you can't say the word free, but anyway, complimentary. But anyway, they were in some stores, and then, like Josh said, you know, a lot of things happened, and they withdrew, you know, being part of a distributor, and only sold at the winery. And so one of the things that I felt was my responsibility is to try to get us back into distribution, and we've done that. Ajax Turner is our distributor, and the reason that we picked them, quite honestly, is they actually felt that they needed a local winery, and you know, we're really about it now. Right. I mean, quite honestly, there's Arrington, but they don't sell through distribution. And so Ajax Turner came and met with us a couple of different times, and we appreciated that. And then also our Creekside Wine Tales, we knew they were coming out. They're a wine-based lemonade, 6.5% alcohol, and they have done very well in the marketplace. And so, and since Ajax Turner was the Anheuser-Busch distributor, this ready to drink, which is really only the growing segment in the wine industry right now, we decided it was Tim's idea to do this lemonade and wine thing, which was really cool.
That's the second one I've gotten, by the way.
He was asleep twice. So we're in a variety of stores, of course, Highway 96 Liquors, Stones River Liquors, let's see, Big Pigs. I just picked this up.
Big Pig, because I was in there yesterday, saw it.
Yeah, and then we plan on a few more, but also in Chattanooga, Tullahoma, Manchester. So we went from being in 0 outlets to being in, I think now we're around 34 or 35 outlets. And so, you know, we have to grow to survive, to be honest. And so to do that, we need to sell more wine, and to sell more wine, we need distribution. So Ajax Turner has done a pretty good job for us, and we appreciate them. And again, this Creekside Wine Tales thing is, I don't think it's taken us by surprise, but it has sold extremely well. So
with that lemonade, Creekside, long to have to barrel? Is it a shorter turn time so you can bottle more, Josh? So we got four varieties of that out right now, and they're fruit wine based. So the turnover can be a little
quicker on that. And we don't bottle this product. It actually goes in a 16-ounce can. So we can it, is the technical term for it.
So they're in 16-ounce cans, and I think typically they run about $5
$5 a piece.
Yeah, at retail. And again, there are 4 flavors. We started out with strawberry, peach, and blackberry.
Blackberry was my favorite.
And that's probably, I'd say 60% of the people prefer that than strawberry and then peach. I actually like the strawberry better. We just came out with cranberry, and they are sold typically in singles or 4-packs. And the reason that we love having a 4th variety or a 4th flavor is that way you can get a true variety pack now. So if you want to try one of each, you can get a true variety pack. And now they haven't hit the shelves just yet, as far as I know.
Cranberry has not. Yeah. At the winery, yes. Stores, no.
But you'll see it soon.
In all of it, the canning part of it, how difficult, how easy is their equipment, or is this a true hands-on labor of love right now?
Actually, when we bottle the wine, we put it in a normal wine bottle with a cork. That's more hands-on than the canning portion of it is. Our good friends down the road from us, Common John Brewery, they rent us their canning line and a operator to come over and we'll can there at the winery. And it's pretty much automated. You got to sit the cans on the conveyor, and then at the end of it, you take them off and pop it in a 4-pack and stack it on the pallet. So the canning is very automated, more so than the bottling of the wine.
Even though it's mostly a manual canner, it's still more automated.
So everything we bottle, we do everything one bottle at a time. So.
And 2 quarts.
And 2 quarts. That's right.
So when you look at it per year, how much are you bottling? How many bottles of wine are you guys producing a year?
Our biggest year was 2009. We were a little over 10,000 cases. Our smallest year was not long after that. We were down to probably about 2,000 cases. Of course, economy plays a lot into it. And I'm sure a lot of people remember what happened in 08 and 09 and thereafter. Yeah. Right now, we're back up to about, I'm going to say 33,000, 3,500 cases, which 12 bottles in a case, 2.4 gallons in a case. So we're getting back up there, and we've got a capacity to do 10 to 11,000 cases. We've got that capacity to do that, and I think we want to get there.
Which, quite honestly, I mean, it's not a small winery, okay? It in regards to but it's not a monster either, right? We're not doing millions of cases, but we're not the 1,000 case, small winery. So we do have. And that's part of mine and Tim's responsibility too, is again to grow the business so that instead of running at 35% capacity, that we're running at 80-90% capacity, and so that's why we have to put out new products. That's why they have to be good, and
that number is going to grow this year too. For 25, it's going to be, it may be closer to about 5,000 by the time we add what the wine tails are doing. Yeah.
Well, again, we're going to take our final break and be right back with Bean Creek Winery.
For 75 years, Murfreesboro Medical Clinic has been a cornerstone of health and compassion in our community. From our humble beginnings to the advanced, comprehensive care we offer today, our commitment to you has never wavered. With 8 locations across Murfreesboro and Middle Tennessee and over 100 physicians, we continue to provide the highest standard of care. Then, now, and always, your health is our mission.
When the weather turns bad, minutes, even seconds matter.
This is an early heads up for southern Rutherford County.
Rutherford Weather brings you live radar and expert meteorologist insight, giving you the early heads up when storms threaten.
A lot of areas are going to see
some impacts from this storm.
From analysis to live camera views, we keep you informed before, during, and after the storm.
I think the vast majority of the hail with this now is going to be quarter to perhaps golf ball size.
Rutherford Weather. Stay ahead of the storm.
Get ready for an unforgettable night and support First Shot. Autumn at the Alley is coming to Oakland's Mansion Tuesday, September 24th from 6 to 9 p.m. Sip on fine bourbon, wine, and spirits, enjoy premium cigars, and feast on incredible food from the Alley on Main, all while enjoying live music under the stars. Proceeds benefit First Shot's Academic All-Stars and Send the Kid to Camp programs. Find out more on their Facebook page and through Eventbrite, Autumn at the Alley, September 24th.
Source out those maters from?
Right out of my field. Still had mud on them this morning.
50 fresh, flavorful seasons at the Rutherford County Farmers Market, Lane Agri Park in Murfreesboro, on John R. Rice Boulevard.
The Rutherford County Farmers Market. No middlemen, just local hands and local dirt.
For 75 years, Murfreesboro Medical Clinic has been a cornerstone of health and compassion in our community. From our humble beginnings to the advanced, comprehensive care we offer today, our commitment to you has never wavered. With 8 locations across Murfreesboro and Middle Tennessee and over 100 physicians, we continue to provide the highest standard of care. Then, now, and always, your health is our mission.
Premier 6 Theater on Broad in Jackson Heights.
Let's all go to the movies.
Check out what's showing at murfreesboromovies.com. Popcorn popped fresh daily. Premier 6 on Broad in Jackson Heights.
This is the Roundtable from News Radio WGNS on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
Welcome back into the Roundtable. I'm Andy Herzer, founder and executive director of First Shot. I welcome back in Josh, Tim, and Jimmy. And I always know when Jimmy's on, Josh, the hour goes quick. I don't know why. It's just, we have so much that we like to talk to, and I just don't think like we ever get it all told, the story. But you guys, again, you have other things that you, bridal showers. Talk about some of the different things that you have going on.
Well, we have a lounge area that's available for rent. It's we can do bridal showers up to 32 people or so. We do bridal showers, baby showers, birthday parties, divorce parties, anything you like. You can be happy to rent this room. You can send me an email if you're interested in that. It is tim@beanscreekwinery.com. So we'll be happy to give you more information on that as well. So also, if you haven't followed us on social media, we're big on Facebook and Instagram. So it's
Tim is a legend.
I am a celebrity in my own mind, so follow us on Beans Creek Winery at Facebook and Instagram, and of course like, share, and follow is what the kids say nowadays, so
well,
it really helps.
We were talking a little bit off air. It's so important because you're not going to reach the 21 to 35-year-old group that we got to get right. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's the same for First Shot, and
as we all get older, you got to get the younger people. So that's all that matters, right?
And so, talk about some other events coming up. I know big one this Saturday, 7 to 10.
Well, we're doing music. We're doing music every Saturday. I'm already booking into January and February for next year. So we're going to be. We are a. Well, I think we're a music venue now because people expect it, and I do it every Saturday evening. So,
who's been some of your favorite bands that you've had?
Well, last week we were just speaking. The people that are going to be playing at the Alley benefit is Memory Train, and those guys were out this last weekend. They do a fantastic, awesome show, 70s, 80s, 90s music, stuff all and know and love. So they're always great. So they'll be at the benefit at the Autumn on the Alley as well. So Memory Train's fantastic. We love them. They come out a couple times a year. Also have a girl from Nashville named Zoe. She's one of our favorites. She played at the CMA Fest, played at Bluebird. She's a #1 artist in Australia, so she's fantastic as well. So we have a bunch of people like that. I also love to do younger up and coming country artists all the time. So there's no shortage of good talent around here. So we like to focus on them as well. And it's great entertainment for people, and it's a good way for them to get their name out there as well. So we're always doing stuff. So check us out on Facebook and Instagram, and you can find out all the upcoming events every week on that. So.
Josh, again, you have such a great story, and it's you know, when you talk, now you're talking generation upon generation upon generation. It's got to make you feel proud to have something and a legacy that you're a part of.
Oh, it does, and my wife gets on me all the time that I don't take enough recognition. I don't have to, I don't have to have it. I do it to carry on my dad's dream. And when he started making wine years ago, he never had any formal training. What he learned by was doing right or doing wrong. Yeah. And when he first opened the winery, somebody asked him one day, well, when you made wine at home and it didn't turn out right, what'd you do with it? And he said, well, I gave it to people who thought they were my friends.
That's right.
So, and then, when I started coming in and helping him out and learning how to make it, I did take some classes online classes for some formal training, just to say that I had been schooled a little bit, which is about all you're going to get me anyways, a little bit of schooling. It's most of the wineries in Tennessee in this area are hobby winemakers that got a wild hair to start a winery and open it up from the amateur side of winemaking, just home hobby winemaking. Most of the commercial wineries is what they started out at.
And we want to introduce wine to the normal people. We're not highfalutin. So when we do wine for the masses almost. We want you to learn more about it. We don't want you to we love our really interesting wine people, but I want everybody to experience the joy of wine, because wine's an amazing thing, but a lot of people just don't know.
We have a saying that when you have the right wine with the right person at the right place with the right food, you'll never forget it, and that's very much true. Okay, and so some of the things that we got coming up, you mentioned some additional events. We do classes for drinking wine, the correct wine in the correct glass. And you'd be amazed at how eye-opening it is to the average person that just likes wine, right, but has never had the right wine in the right glass. And then also we do some pairings, okay, with cookies. And then we also do one that I like is we actually do a pairing with Jelly Bellies, so that you can experience wine with different flavors. And so for those of you out there that you like watermelon, the actual fruit, you need to come by and buy a bottle of our Rosy Cheeks, or if you see it in the store, buy it, because Rosy Cheeks and watermelon is a perfect pairing, and it'll change your life.
So again, you're expanding this. And it's mind-boggling how far you guys have come in the last 2 years. And I know these guys he drives, right? He's a driver in all of this. Has it given you a sense of renewal of what you're in the winemaking business for, Josh?
Yeah. It's kind of, it gave me a little relief. Like I said, for 7 years, I was it. I was it.
I don't know how you
I was it. I had, my mom helped me. She helped in the office and that stuff, but I was it. And yeah, it's, again, I think
it's fun again.
It is fun, yeah. And I'm able to concentrate on wine making without having, we still all three converse and put our heads together. A lot of times it's button them together, but
not too bad.
I think that's good.
You're going to have to.
That's what's wrong right now. We're afraid to butt heads and have difficult conversations. I think difficult conversations lead to successes.
Right. Yeah, and one thing too about the whole wine and what Tim was talking about, where people wanting to come in and learn about the wine. My dad always says that his ultimate goal was to take the intimidation out of wine.
There you go.
A lot of people are intimidated by it.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you're male or female. If you don't know about wine, I think a lot of them are scared to learn about wine.
Right.
So it was, take the intimidation out. People used to say, I don't know anything about wine. Well, he would say, well, do you know what you like? And they'd say, well, yeah. And he said, well, you're a connoisseur if you know what you like.
There you go.
And whatever it is,
that's what I was trying to get to.
When you find what you like, drink it.
Right.
Well, I think that so much, you guys, fear always comes in when you don't have knowledge.
Right.
Doesn't matter what you're doing. And again, the class that you talked about, that you led it, the class, with the right wine glass and the right type of wine going in it, I was stunned the difference that the wine tasted from one glass to the next glass to the right glass. And again, that's knowledge.
Now, there is no wrong glass. There's just some glasses better than others.
That's right. There you go. Right.
That's a great one. That needs to be on your wall. There is no wrong.
That's another one. There is no wrong glass.
But
Josh Brown, 2025.
So, end of the day, big picture, big dream. Where does this go, guys?
Hopefully sitting on the beach in the chair with my feet in the water.
With an assistant winemaker.
Yeah.
Wow. We would we're doing the right things. Again, it's showing. But we want, what I would like to do is get our capacity up to 80-90%. And then look at doing some expansion. I think one of the things that we've talked about that would be really nice is to have another wine tasting area somewhere else in Tennessee. Right, you can have a satellite, one satellite, I believe it is, right? Up to two satellites.
Just a sales room. No production can take place. Just a sales room.
And we kind of targeted a couple of areas so I would like potentially to do that. But with this Creekside Wine Tales thing I think it's going to take us to the next level, and I think you guys would agree. It's a fantastic product, and it's not, even though it is for summer, it's not just for summer. I can tell you that. It's a good product.
Well, my vision, I want to see people come to the winery and have a great time. I want to be able to walk in there any time and have a house full of people. That would be my ultimate goal.
Yeah.
But maybe if everybody would just come out all the time, we'll make that happen.
Yeah, y'all come see Tim. He needs somebody to hang out with.
That's right. I don't have enough people to hang out with now, so come on.
Well, again, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming on the show and making it wonderful. And again, it's a great experience. 30 minutes away to get to Beans Creek Winery off of exit 111. Man, you can use a 9-iron to get it to the I-24 if you're Jimmy Davis. Andy Hurge, I'd have to get a full swing at a 3-wood. But again, thank you for being on the show, guys.
Andy, thank you, WGNS. We appreciate it.
Subscribe to Big G TV, local content that matters to Rutherford County.